watching NDTV Hindu.
It's not always that beauty and brains and guts go together. That's the stuff real life heroines are made of, and that's something that our guest on Off the Record, Khushboo Sundar, symbolizes. Khushboo, thank you so much for joining us on Off the Record. And congratulations, a real victory for you in the Supreme Court. Also a victory for freedom of expression, many would say.
Yes.
How does it feel now to have actually got this victory, especially after you were hounded from one court to another for several years?
Feels wonderful, feels great. Just feel that probably all my hard work and all that I've went through in these 4.5 years has not gone vain.
But tell me, I mean, from getting slippers and brooms and rotten eggs hurled at your car in the name of Indian culture, ironically.
Well, I think that's the culture we're talking about.
Yeah, to actually getting, you know, a warm welcome when you arrived from London after your holiday.
Yes, I think it's all part of phase, Sanjay. There were few people who have hurled rotten eggs, rotten tomatoes, slippers, showing me broomsticks.
How did it feel when you went through that?
Absolutely nothing.
You didn't bother really? It didn't affect you?
And not at all. It doesn't affect me because the people who are doing it are absolutely unknown to me. I don't know them. They are complete strangers. So I was blank.
You were also virtually under house arrest for a few days. You're not able to move out because of those demonstrations outside, ugly scenes.
That was just for a couple of days, 2 or 3 days, when we had one political party group, somewhere around 2,000 people sitting outside my house and demonstrating. So that's the only period where I felt house arrest. But then during that period, and that was immediately after I had come back from Singapore. And my daughter was down with dengue fever, and we had to rush her to the hospital.
And you couldn't take her to the hospital?
I couldn't take her to the hospital because there was this demonstration, the roads were blocked, and we couldn't do anything.
How did you manage? The doctor came home?
Doctors had to come home, and she was completely hospitalized at home. Fortunately, she didn't.
That's Avantika.
And that was, as a mother, that was very, very traumatic for me. But otherwise, I think it was okay. The other time was when Mettur court had given a non-bailable warrant to me. That's when I was under complete, not even house arrest, hiding for almost a week, hoping that Chennai High Court, Madras High Court will grant me the bail. And when that didn't come through, then I had to go and surrender myself in Mettur.
All this for an innocuous interview you gave to a magazine?
No, all this for the misquoting my statement, and all this for 2 particular political parties who wanted to be seen and heard because by-elections were just round the corner, and they had...
So you're saying they used a celebrity to gain mileage?
Obviously, it's people know them a lot in the last 4.5 years, and people noticed these 2 political parties quite a lot after what the issue had broken out.
But you broke down, I remember, on a regional TV channel. You broke down saying that it's like to say something like that to insult womanhood would be like insulting your own mother. Yes. I remember those scenes of you breaking down.
A lot of people have gone to a conclusion saying that I had tendered a public apology. If they go through my that statement in a regional channel, they will understand that it was not rendering a public apology. For that moment, I had to go on record and say that if I'd hurt the feelings of somebody, then I'm sorry. And I broke...
What exactly did you say? We know, I mean, there's been so much, the reportage on this, people have quoted, misquoted. It's almost like you were subjected to court-martial in a sense, a different sort of court-martial.
No, Sanjay, actually, my statements were very simple. The
magazine approached you?
Magazine approached me. They had already done the survey. They had shown me all the statistics of the survey.
Survey on premarital sex?
Premarital sex and the rise of HIV in Tamil Nadu, actually. So we had done all the survey and we worked on it, and I have been involved with a couple of NGOs for HIV virus infected people. So I knew the statistics, and mind you, that time Namakkal was leading as #1 in HIV virus. So it so happened that when we did the statistics, I wrote a column where I had also spoken about this very young girl who was killed outside Savera Hotel, Stephanie. So I had spoken about her, and then it came to that sex survey, and I said, if a woman is involved in a premarital sex, then I think she should protect herself from any kinds of unwanted pregnancy or sexually transmitted disease, because that really made sense, because every other day you come across in the newspaper.
Also the other stuff about no educated man would want his wife to be a virgin.
No, that statement, they just took it as it is. It was
Out of context.
Yeah, out of context.
What was the context?
The context was, when you're getting married, a man does not go and ask his wife, are you a virgin? Because he looks at a girl. If it's a love marriage, doesn't arise. Even if it's an arranged match, you don't go and ask your woman, your would-be, that listen, are you a virgin? So, and if we are in today's world where if you expect, because a woman cannot go and ask a man, are you a virgin? Will he like it? He won't. So I was like, why are you even expecting that kind of a question? Shouldn't arise at all. It's a matter of how people love each other and how much they have trust and faith in each other. What is before marriage goes before that. After marriage,
so you are not really advocating premarital sex.
I am definitely not advocating premarital sex.
You don't believe in that.
I don't see, people are getting involved in premarital sex, so we are not
But
going to
you personally don't stand for it.
I don't have any views on premarital sex.
Okay, you have no views on live-in relationships.
I don't have no views. I have been in a live-in relationship, so I'm not going to say that it's absolutely wrong.
Okay.
Me and Sundar, we have lived together for 6 years before we got married. So I'm not going to say that no, don't do live-in relationship. It's the individuals who have to take a stand.
So you have experienced it, you have lived it, but you're not saying others should also emulate
Others should follow it.
Okay.
I'm not here to preach.
The argument is that celebrities, people follow them, people emulate them, be it the Rajinikanth smoking and of course that entire those uproarious scenes we witnessed. They feel that people emulate celebrities, they are role models. So therefore, whatever comment you make, even the way you lead your life, sometimes you are in that public glare.
No, personal life, I've always kept my personal and public life different, separate. Personally, what I do with my life is not for the public to make an opinion about it. Secondly, when I made those statements about a woman who has to safeguard herself if she is involved in premarital sex, was only because I wanted today's generation to understand and to be aware that I don't want them to go, any woman to go through the trauma of an abortion, the trauma of throwing away an illegitimate child, or the trauma of standing in front of the husband's house holding a dharna and telling that this guy had sex with me, I'm pregnant, and he is not ready to get married to me. Because we come across that every day in newspapers. We just cannot be hypocrite and turn blind eye, bend our heads and say, okay, this thing does not exist, I'm blind to
tendency. Better to be safe than sorry.
Yes.
Do you believe then that these groups actually should have made you a brand ambassador for our AIDS campaign?
You think so?
I don't know, I'm asking you.
I don't know, if they would have, I would have loved it.
Okay. All right, so also your political things, we'll slide into a short break now and off the record. When we come back, we'll ask Khushboo about her political plans to take the political plunge.